I do hope that he can still hear me or get me from Abuja studio. A former political advisor to former President Gulak, Jonathan, Chief Ahmed Gulak. Many thanks for joining us. Tell me, Senator Ali-Modu said that convention in Port Harcourt is illegal and a charade. Do you also share that sentiment?
Well, first and foremost, the party cannot be run by common sense or experience or by the powers that be. The party must be run in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. Chapter 33 of our Constitution only mandates the national chairman to summon and preside over the convention. And Chapter 35 gives the National Convention powers to elect the new officers under the chairmanship or presided over by the national chairman. The national chairman of this party as at today, by his election by the NEC, the second highest decision making of the party, is Senator Ali-Modu. Senator Ali-Modu was slammed with the court order, one by Justice Ibrahim Buba of the Federal High Court, Lagos, and the other by Justice A.B. Mahmood of the FCT High Court. These two orders prevented the PDP and any of its officers from conducting convention to elect first 3 officers by the court order, that's the secretary, the chairman, and the auditor. Second, by the Abuja High Court, 18 officers, including all the NWC. With these orders still valid and subsisting, no reasonable, law-abiding party officer will go ahead in violation of these court orders. That was why Senator Ali-Modu, in the early hours of yesterday, convened a meeting of some of the members of the NWC in Port Harcourt, and clearly told them that with these court orders subsisting, is it legal for us to go with this convention? The answer was no. And he then issued a press conference suspending the convention pending when the issues of the court judgments and orders are sorted out. By that singular press statement, the convention was called off, and any group of persons or individuals that went ahead for the assemblage in Port Harcourt was just gathering, not convention. Convention can only be presided over by the national chairman of the party under our Constitution. This party cannot be run by common sense or whims and caprices of individuals.
Gulak,
the party must be run by the Constitution.
If I may quickly come in here, in the absence,
orders, we must abide by it.
Just a moment. In every association or organization of people, there are some level of space given by law that in case of eventuality, and eventuality was the fact that Senator Ali-Modu was not available when other members of the party, chieftains of the party, were at that meeting. Does your party also give the allowance that in case maybe for some reason the chairman is not available, the deputy chairman, Secondus, was also there?
Senator Ali-Modu, as national chairman of the party, was in Port Harcourt. He was having meetings with stakeholders, and in various meetings he has told them that he cannot go ahead with this constitution, with this convention, in violation of the court judgments and court orders. And it was clearly spelled out. The orders are clear that this must not happen. And the national chairman said, as a chairman and law-abiding citizen of this country, as far as he is the chairman of this party, he cannot go ahead with this convention in violation of the court order. That was clearly communicated to the stakeholders.
Okay.
That was why he, in the press conference released by him, said that the convention has been suspended.
Well, from what I understand from some of the court cases, Mr. Gulak, is the fact that, just a moment, if I may come in here, if I may quickly come in here, from what I understand in some of the court cases, is that the court cases are stopping the election into majorly 3 offices, that of the national chairman, that of the secretary, national secretary, and the auditor, but it did not stop the party from conducting the convention or composing a convention of the party.
What I am telling you is that there are 2 judgments of the court, one of the Federal High Court in Lagos, the other of the FCT High Court. Virtually, the combination of the 2 court orders is that this convention to elect officers cannot go ahead. And let me tell you what happened in Port Harcourt by the assemblage of some of the stakeholders to form caretaker committee. There is no provision for caretaker committee at the national level under our constitution. It is only at the state chapters that the neck of the party, that's the National Executive Committee, can dissolve state chapters and form caretaker committee who will operate and elect officers at the state chapters within 3 months. That is not given a place at the national level. The National Convention can happen to elect officers. And once the court said you cannot go ahead and elect certain categories of officers, and by the combined effects of the 2 court orders, virtually the convention cannot take place. And that was why the national chairman, after robust consultation with the other members of the National Working Committee, postponed the convention. A press release was issued, and because the national chairman is always allowed to preside over this constitution, he said he cannot go ahead with this convention in clear violation of the court order. Why would we say that we are law-abiding party? Why would we say we always go by the provisions of the constitution, then in another breath go ahead in contravention of court order?
All right.
We must be
in essence, Mr. Gulak, in essence, what is the implication of what happened yesterday? There is a caretaker committee, but from your stance now, you are telling us now that Senator Ali-Modu Sheriff stands as the national chairman of the PDP. Is that what you're saying? And what could be the implication of this anarchy? It looks so.
That is what the Constitution says. That is what the court order says. That is what the INEC has said. If they did not want Ali-Modu Sheriff as a chairman, they would have passed a vote of no confidence or removed him in NEC. Because in the convention, it is only the chairman that can preside over a convention and you get the result acceptable or accepted. That is our law. That is the provisions of the Constitution. And for anybody to preside over any assemblage and to label it convention is illegal, it's not recognized under our Constitution. Caretaker committee is not recognized under our Constitution at this level. So what happened is not only null and void, but a clear violation of court order.
But one of the questions that was asked by some of the speakers and the leaders of the party is that one person may not be bigger than the party. And some of the discoveries that, for example, what we heard from Governor Wike saying that they discovered the ambition of Senator Ali-Modu Sheriff and the fact that he was, in fact, one that was instituting some of these court cases. To you to think the party should wait for Senator Ali-Modu Sheriff on this and not go ahead with his destiny.
Let me make this abundantly clear. I was one of those that filed court action challenging the continued stay in office as acting chairman by Uche Secondus. The court gave judgment on 16 December 2015. The NEC, in its wisdom, elected Ali-Modu Sheriff as replacement for Adamu Maazu to serve out the tenure of Adamu Maazu. And all the other stakeholders, especially the governors, they were the one that brought Senator Ali-Modu Sheriff. They were the one that said he should continue. They were the one that said he should contest this election. And if they had now discovered something wrong in their earlier decision, if they had discovered that their earlier decision was wrong, then they should have used the neck of the party, which is constitutionally allowed organ to elect or remove such national officers to say, look, Dr. Ali-Modu Sheriff, we pass vote of no confidence on you, give way for another person that we want to bring. But they have failed to do that in NEC. They have continued to support him till yesterday. And yesterday was supposed to be the day of the National Convention. And no National Convention can hold without the National Chairman presiding. And the National Chairman who is supposed to preside was slammed with court orders. And the National Chairman, in compliance with the court order, suspended the convention. Where is the wrongdoing on the part of Ali-Modu Sheriff and other NWC members?